fudge it. Let's go.
I hate that.
Saying fudge?
Yeah.
Well, I started doing it to be funny.
Yeah, I know.
I think just as I was losing my mind because of COVID stuff.
Oh, yeah, that was then, wasn't it?
It was. So everything was kind of annoying.
Yeah, it's really annoying. And I still hate it.
I had started it specifically because the guy from Eve 6 was doing it.
Okay.
And it was like, I was just thought it was the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah.
That he just replaced every curse word with fudge.
Every curse word? Not
No,
just
but fuck. But,
oh, okay.
But I was like, oh, I'm just going to do that to annoy Liz.
And then you did.
And it 100% success.
Yeah, good job.
It was hard at first, but you know, it gets easier the more you do it.
Does not get easier to take. It's like it gets easier to do and it just gets harder and harder to take.
I don't know what the fudge you're talking about.
Ugh, God, I hate it. It's the worst. Ugh. There's like certain curse words that, like sometimes I'll say, oh gosh, instead of oh God.
Yeah.
And I feel like those are pretty interchangeable. Shoot instead of shit. But like, no. If you're gonna say fuck, say fuck.
We were leaving the hotel in Chicago yesterday morning.
Yeah.
And an older woman was talking to a younger woman, complaining about somebody, clearly. And she was like, he's such a flippin' idiot.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was funny.
Flippin's pretty funny because I feel like the people who say that are, they probably don't really curse much at all. But so like, that's the closest. So it actually is almost giving a fuck.
Yeah.
Or they're saying fuck when they say flip. Like you can tell they're really pissed off.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
When
I was
you throw out a
like,
flip.
Oh, whoever that is he did something stupid.
He did something stupid. Yeah, I forgot that was pretty funny.
I was just so excited. Unexpected package.
Yeah.
Which I often make fun of you for like.
Yeah.
Checking the mail.
Because I love to check the mail, and you're always like, oh my God, there's nothing in the mail. And then sometimes there is.
Sometimes there is.
And sometimes it's unexpected.
When it's
how amazing. You would have walked straight up that elevator.
I absolutely would have.
You would not have checked. It would have
been days.
Many. Yeah. If not all of them.
I would have just assumed it wasn't mine because I didn't order anything.
Right. But what was in the package?
Oh, green beard spices.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, no, my buddy Jeremy in Philadelphia, I did the logo for his little company.
Yeah.
And he's a chef, and he makes these custom spice blends.
They're awesome.
And like once a year, I get a little gift box.
Totally.
It's the coolest hookup.
Yeah. So we got, what did we get again?
Spog.
Salt, pepper.
Onion, garlic.
Onion, garlic.
Which is just like a grate on everything.
Nice, everything seasoning,
And then a new one, which I had not seen before, which is his Italian.
Cool.
So it was red, white, and green beard.
Which has a little Italian flag. Yeah.
I got like some sort of smoked salt. I'm gonna taste it to see what it is.
Oh, that's
it's like,
fun.
Yeah, it's like on a different label, so it must be something custom he made.
Okay.
I'll text him and be like, what'd you do?
Yeah.
And there's another one, I forget. Oh, Go Birds, which is his poultry seasoning.
Oh, right on.
Sort of a rosemary thyme kind of thing. Yeah.
Very fun.
Oh, it's super fun. I love it.
Me too.
There's some interesting ones. You know, next time we do barbecue, I have one that's the chocolate John. So the word J-A-W-N
John,
in Philly is a thing.
Such a thing.
They use it for everything.
Literally everything.
It could be anything.
I remember our friend Shaz trying to explain it to me, but...
Is it a verb? Is it a noun? Is it an adjective? Is it?
Yes.
Yeah,
the answer is yes.
Everything's
a John. She was like, that tote bag, a John. That person, John.
Yeah.
That concept,
well,
John.
Like the one that works the best is he has one that's just K-John. Then it's the Cajun spice, obviously, but it's a funny play on.
It's a good play.
Yeah.
It's a good play. Yeah, Philly. I think we have a show in Philadelphia.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. It was like to the point where like everything was secure and the venue was like, cool, yeah, that's great. And I have not heard anything else from them.
Have we mentioned we're booking a tour?
Yeah.
Okay.
And lamented about it, actually. But no, we're rolling. I'm not even going to talk about it much today because it's going to happen.
Well, it's been 2 weeks because we've had so many things going on since we potted.
I know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, how was your weeks?
Good. I mean, if I can even remember what all happened in them, but I think overall, very good. I'm like a little ADD because I have been on like just a roll today with some booking stuff, some work stuff. I'm like, okay, and now the next thing. And now, I mean, today just absolutely flew by.
The weekend was so intense and there was such a big buildup because we had to do our presentation.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's where I feel like my mind goes back to, all right, presentation was on Friday. Which was first conference ever attended, let alone spoken at.
Yeah.
And what a win. It was so fun.
I think it was a huge win.
It was really cool.
A win for tattooers everywhere.
I think so, yeah. And I think just our own confidence in being able to kind of speak about the industry, but also connect with people who are interested in the industry.
Yeah.
And it's always nice to do something or explain something to people and you do know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, that's why I was talking about it to one of my clients today, but the Q&A part.
Yeah, that was probably the best.
Which was really fascinating. I think the presentation was great, but then it ended up being like 20 minutes of Q&A.
I feel like we were very back and forth if we should do a maybe considered longer Q&A or push the presentation a little bit longer and have a shorter Q&A. And one of the funniest things was when they gave us our time in the schedule, they were like, now you're right before lunch.
Right.
So whatever you do not go over.
Right.
So I was like, well, I know how I get when it's lunchtime. So I was definitely concerned about making the presentation. With that in mind, I was like, let's err on the side of a shorter presentation, a section for Q&A, and then God forbid they get done 10 minutes early, people can go get in line for food or something. Yeah. But really it was like probably 35 minutes of presentation, a very solid 25 minutes of Q&A. Yeah. And I feel like more people would have kept asking questions had I not said, lunch. It's 11:55, time to go to lunch. But yeah, I feel like just so much genuine interest in the tattoo industry.
So it was the Ohio Environmental Health Association.
Yeah, it was their annual education conference. That was the AEC part of it. And I think there's been so much concern / just sort of demand for understanding from the health inspectors toward the tattoo industry.
Absolutely.
So I think just all these health departments are getting a ton of feedback from these inspectors, like, we don't know what we're doing. We're having a hard time connecting with these tattooers, with these shops, kind of on every level. How can we get a little bit more support? Right. Which is why they then asked us to go speak kind of on behalf of at least tattooers in Columbus. This was for the entire state of Ohio, which was kind of fun because when we parked, it was like there were all these little trucks for like the different counties.
Like I still don't even know where Portage County is.
I know, we meant to look it up, but first thing we saw, oh, good, Portage County is here.
Maybe one of our 5 listeners will be like,
I'm from Portage.
I'm from Portage.
Yeah. So we'll find out where Portage is. But there were probably 60 people in the room.
At least, yeah. It was like
there were a few people
slated
just
for
standing.
55, and it was standing room only for sure, which was cool. People were engaged.
Yeah.
Got some laughs. Got some crowd
well, that's
participation.
always fun when like you put in like a little wink joke and people actually laugh.
It hit.
Like, okay.
All of them hit. Yeah.
I think all of them hit. Yeah. I will tell you though, I was so tired Friday night, really Friday afternoon. Like we got done with it and I was like, oh my God.
Well, I pushed through
what did we just do?
I pushed through Friday night and then that sort of came back to bite me for Saturday night.
Yeah.
Where I was just like exhausted. But I had stressed myself out so much about speaking at this conference, which I think most people, so many people who have tattoos hate needles.
Right.
And it's like, I'm in entertainment.
Yeah. And you hate public speaking.
But public speaking, I do not like at all.
Yeah.
Like I hate when I have to like give lectures or seminars.
Matt, I'm going to give you a piece of your own advice. The more you do it, the easier it gets.
And even I had told you, I'm like, if we had to do it again next week, I'd be totally fine.
Yeah.
It was just like getting to it, the build up to it. I was like, oh.
It has been fun. I've now been on like a couple committees and I've had just like a few opportunities where I've had to either speak on the fly or do a little presentation or do an introduction or something. And I'm totally grateful because I feel like I have so much more confidence than I ever have in being able to do that. And that was just a matter of practicing and doing it and just standing up and having confidence in yourself and your ability to get the thing out.
I think it was fun. We had, because we are a married couple.
Yeah.
We had really good rapport too.
Oh yeah.
It was like, so during the presentation, we would interject, ad-lib some stuff and
we have a comfort between the two of us. I love anytime we get off stage and people have maybe never seen us or don't know King Serpent and they'll be like, you guys have really like, just your chemistry on stage is just so good. Like it's really fun to watch. And I'm like, we're very married. And they're always like, that makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
Like, you guys were like, not even like eyeing each other, but
Right.
like we're very like in tune with one another when we played together. And I don't think it's just a matter of having rehearsed a bazillion times.
Right.
Like, obviously there is a connection, but when people are like, oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a lot of nods and winks and little things and interactions that we have. But then it was like,
or just me like rolling my eyes at you.
yes,
That's probably
I
one
know.
of the bigger ones.
I know. But so it was sort of, since our last pod to presentation, I stressed myself out intensely. But then we had.
Well, here's the funniest thing.
Which thing?
So I mean, to quick backtrack, when you were first opening up your studio, so 8 years. How many? 8 years ago?
8 years ago. Are you talking about the bugs?
You basically gave yourself like a version of like shingles.
So
really,
everybody who has, if you've had chickenpox, you
have the
carry
shingles
the
vaccine,
shingles
or not
virus.
virus.
And then high stress, which we learned this because of our friend who is a scientist.
Yeah.
She was speaking in like.
Talk about speaking at a conference.
It was like a.
She had to like present her thesis or something.
But in Sweden.
Yeah.
It was at like a scientific like. She's a doctor in fucking entomology.
Yeah.
And so she's speaking at a conference, and she had a similar thing.
Yeah.
And that's how we really found out what had happened to me, because mine just went away. So I was like, oh.
Well, you're not even explaining what happened.
I know.
You basically
You're
thought
right.
that like we had bed bugs.
Not only did I think we had bed bugs, I like went on a fucking mission. So it's like lead up to me opening my first private studio, and I am convinced we had bed bugs, because at the time, 8 years ago too, they were everywhere.
Yeah, for some reason, just in like
we knew tons
every
of people,
city, it was
and we were like, our housing was a little sketchier too, and I was like, listen, we've got bed bugs, and then but you were not reacting.
You were getting all these little tiny dots
in a row.
In a row, like a bed bug would give you.
But luckily, mainly on my legs and arms, and not like on my face or anything.
Right. But yeah, I had nothing.
But she did not. But then, so I'm Googling everything. We didn't have AI yet. I'm Googling everything. And it's like, well, some people do not have a reaction.
Yeah.
So they don't show any signs. And I'm like,
Right.
that's you, motherfucker.
That's me. So
you don't react.
I don't react to
I react
poison
to everything.
ivy. I don't react. I mean, I do react to chiggers.
Any bug bites,
anyway.
anything at all, I overreact anyway, physically and emotionally. But so I'm like, we have bugs. So then I'm like, hire an exterminator. I buy a bunch of shit on Amazon. I'm like fumigating.
Well, the biggest thing is the exterminator was like, you don't even have like a gnat in here. Like, your house is fucking clean. And you were just like, all right, well, I don't believe him.
Not at all.
And you like bombed the bedroom
Yeah.
and did all stuff. Anyway, all that to say, we then later found out it was very much stress-induced, like a version of shingles.
Yeah,
And that's
it
basically how
activates
it
the virus,
presented on you. But then during this lead up to the presentation.
Oh, I thought I was doing it again.
Well, but no, let me fucking get to the point. There was a day, and there was a wasp by one of our windows, and I heard it, and I looked, and sure, it's like this kind of dying wasp, a fucking huge wasp at the windowsill, and so we killed it. We're like, all right, wasp, you're fine.
Well, I went over there and I was like, you're dead.
Yeah, but then that evening, there's
another
wasp crawling across the floor, and I think you maybe saw it first.
Yeah.
And then I then saw it too, and I was like, oh my God, another wasp. And your reaction was like, oh, thank God you
saw it. Yeah.
I thought I was making up wasps because I'm so stressed.
I thought I was manifesting actual
just
bugs.
like another one. Like, you definitely saw the first one, and so did I.
Yeah.
But then you're like, oh shit, now I'm just paranoid about wasps, and now I'm gonna see them everywhere.
Like, which happens, like, if you're somewhere and there's an ant, and then you start to think you see them everywhere, or if you like kill a bug in your bedroom, you think bugs are all over. I don't know. That happens to me. All the time.
Anyway.
But I was like, oh, I'm manifesting.
Yeah, you literally were just like, oh, thank God you see that too.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, get it out of there. And then we were like, oh shit, we have
a fucking wasp nest.
Wasp nest, but no, I think we're good.
I think my stress was calling them.
Maybe, maybe you were the little beacon or something.
I'm putting out smells.
All that to say, you did a great job, and I think it went over very well, and it's done. Check mark.
I will say, so this is, I'm trying to think of the exact anecdote example, but once you say it out loud too, all of a sudden you're better. So a lot of times when you're extremely stressed about something, or you can't make a decision, if you say it out loud,
Yeah.
all of a sudden it's way easier.
I feel like it's sort of like you have this pressurized bottle.
You're spiraling
and when you
in your
say
head
it, you kind of, at least you open it up so it can start to leak out.
So it was like the presentation was on Friday. A lot of that was like Tuesday night.
Yeah.
And then by Wednesday, I was like, I'm better.
Yeah,
like I was like,
just have to say
okay,
it. Just
now
have to
I'm
talk
ready.
about it.
Yeah,
Yep,
for sure.
Definitely.
But then I also knew that Saturday
it was going to be a big day.
was going to be a big day. So we had the presentation Friday, and then I knew that Saturday we were going to drive to Chicago.
Yep.
Which we did.
We did.
And we experienced something that I wish we could show photos of.
I know.
But we can't.
No photos, but yeah, we got to go to the Hand in the Eye.
The Hand in the Eye.
Which is basically Chicago's / the United States' / the world's premier night of magic entertainment
it's like
destination.
What do they even call it?
I'm not really sure. I should probably look it up.
Because it's like multi-theaters and you can have an evening with, but it's also a members club.
Yeah.
Which I've mentioned the Magic Castle and probably about 50-50 on people. Actually, client today, I started explaining it and she was like, I don't know what that is. And then she was like, oh, like on Arrested Development.
Oh,
so a lot of people
they feature it on that.
Well, did you ever watch Arrested Development? Oh,
I've seen it. I'm very
so Jason
familiar
Bateman's
with it,
Will Arnett's character, who is Jason Bateman's brother, Job, but his name begins with a G.
Doesn't matter. Just go on.
But he's a terrible magician. And so the Magic Castle is like
the Mecca.
It's a plot point in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I mean basically our experience. We have a couple of friends who work there. So we've kind of got the insider scoop, which was fucking rad. But I mean, there were like a couple investors involved. Basically, $50 million was put into this old mansion that sits right off of Michigan Avenue in downtown Chicago, and they've turned it into quite literally this premier magic experience. So they have
stunning
some of the most well-known, well-respected, incredible magicians in the entire world who are operating either as sort of like resident magicians or full-time magicians. I'm not entirely sure if it'll always be rotating. I know like one of the magicians is there for an entire year. One is only there for a month. So just depends. And visitors can either buy just sort of what I keep calling like a general admission ticket. So it is open to the public, ticket-based. And when you do that, you basically get a handful of magic shows in these various theaters of all different sizes. So there's some really intimate, 10 or 15 people, very close up, sleight of hand magic shows. And then there's the bigger theaters, that seat maybe 60. I think the largest one seats like 92. And so you get all different kinds of magic. But then throughout the building as well are various different bars that are sort of around the theaters. So it's, before you go in, you can get a drink. But there's magicians everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So they're behind the bar. They're walking around. And then there's an entire dining experience. So they have like one main dining room that I think is, like I said, more for the general public. So if you get that general public ticket, you get that experience. Multiple magic shows, dining, bar, and oh my God, the space itself. It was designed by the Rockwell Group, which I think they're based out of New York. It is so unbelievably stunning. And if you look up their Instagram, it's a great example of what you would expect
when you're in the space there. Though. It's just
what I kept
wild.
saying is it just feels everything about it felt so legitimate. I think so often when you go to anything that's entertainment focused, there's a cheese factor or it just feels maybe not as high end as you want it to. And everything about this felt as legitimate and as high end. I mean, when you look at the walls, they're adorned with art and memorabilia that is all from it's basically a museum.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the milk jug.
Yes, it's Houdini's
milk jug or can. They have, I think maybe Houdini's rings. They have, but then somebody's feather that was in his cap from the 1800s.
You're walking up a stairwell and it's like, oh yeah, this is like Mr. Whatever from 1870, and this was a feather he would famously wear in his hat. Every inch of the building
it's unbelievable.
Was a museum as well.
I mean, it's so fascinating. And then, so it's really cool because as you wander through, there's just always something to look at. They have these little telephone booths that you can go into and pick up the dial phone and it's some interesting fact. So every aspect of it, you can engage with the space. It's so cool. And I mean, the building itself, I was explaining it to my mom and she was like, well, it just sounds like Alice in Wonderland. And I was like, it 100% has this Alice in Wonderland feel where
there's
magical. There's a whimsy.
It's whimsy, but it's not like childish at all.
No. It is
at all.
As adult and mature and sophisticated.
I mean, everybody was dressed to the nines. Some people were in tuxedos, but it did not look out of place.
No, not at all.
Like it was like, oh, you belong here. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm not, because we didn't buy a ticket, I'm not sure what instructions are, but you're not supposed to have your phone out. You're definitely not supposed to be taking photos. Yeah. And every time I looked around, not a phone in sight. Not once did I even want to look at my phone.
Because you are engaged the whole time, you don't even want to take your phone out. Like you're moving from room to room. I think, like 3 to 4 groups would be going at a time. Yeah. You do it in a different order. Yeah. And so like, while somebody's in the smaller theater, you're in a bigger one, or you're waiting, and even while you're waiting, the magicians are coming up to you. But even as you're leaving, there is like a gift shop. Yeah. And he's a fucking magician. He did one of my favorite tricks all night.
An amazing trick.
Yeah.
So it was just incredible. And then there is a membership sort of tier.
So there's whole separate areas.
Yeah,
that are
so then there's a
only.
Private members bar, private members dining,
with
and
a rooftop.
There's a rooftop patio
that overlooks Michigan Avenue.
Yeah,
it's like this is insane.
Pretty incredible. And then so if you choose to opt into membership, then you obviously have more access to the building. I think you can basically go to any show that you want. You pretty much can just wander around. You don't have to necessarily be a part of these ticket groups and stuff. So, and just incredible bars to bring friends to.
Well, and the cool thing is,
it's really awesome.
I think there may be like 4 bars because they have the 4 drinks that are sort of named. Yeah.
And then a members bar.
And then a members bar as well.
But just cool. And I mean, if you lived in that area, it would just be an incredible I was talking about extra restaurant and bar to go to.
We've been to some members clubs, and it's like, what else do they have to offer?
Right.
There's similar things you could do here in Columbus, but they don't have shows or magic or things going on.
Well, it's like some are just purely social member clubs.
Right, of course.
And so it's just like, I'm sure they have dining and just some are just bars.
I'm sure the food and drink, is totally fine.
And it's probably great, but having that added element of engagement, of entertainment,
well,
of
the cool thing
to
is
do
like
when you're there.
Not only is it entertainment, it's Mike, who is going to be there for a year.
Yeah.
Our friends are showing us videos of him on the Tonight Show.
Oh yeah.
But also back from Johnny Carson.
Right, exactly.
They call him the professor because he's the #1 magic educator in the world.
In the world, yeah. I mean, when we were in that show, and I don't think they ever tell you who
so as
the
a guest, you don't know.
You don't know who's coming out to perform. People audibly gasped when he walked out because they knew who he was.
Well, you knew. I did not realize it was the grand opening. I cannot emphasize that enough.
I know, which is
because
hilarious.
I thought it was Thursday. Everyone was like, "Yeah, tickets start Thursday."
Right.
So we walk in and it's like, "Oh, you're here for the grand opening."
Like, no, we're just here because we brought Lex's bed up to Chicago.
I think a lot of the patrons who were there for the grand opening were Magic fans.
Magic enthusiasts.
So when this magician walked out,
they're freaking
and it was the final show of the night.
Yeah.
Which also, I was like, what's this crazy? What are we? We're going to the climax of the night essentially. Yeah. And the magician walks out, and it was so cool for these people to be so excited.
Yeah.
And no one took out a phone.
No.
If you were at any other show anywhere,
yeah.
Unless I went to a Chris Rock show where they made you bag it one time.
So I thought maybe we were going to have to do something with our phones when we walked in, but no.
I don't know if other
guests
had
it's an honor system.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they have so many people walking around at all times that I'm sure somebody would just say,
crazy
please
staff,
put your phone away.
It looks beautiful.
Can't recommend it enough if you are in Chicago.
I think totally worth the price,
hand
the value.
and the eye on Ontario Street or whatever.
It's on the corner of Ontario and Michigan, essentially.
Almost, yeah. You won't regret it.
No.
It is worth even though I didn't spend any money, it would be worth every penny.
Absolutely. I can't wait to
spend.
do it again. I want to
Me too.
experience it all.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah. So that was cool. So that was Saturday. And then Sunday morning, well, then we went out with Lex, who works at Hand
And accidentally to like 4.
No, not 4, 3, which was 4 a.m. our time. So you're right.
Yeah.
Well, it was just like, we didn't even get out of there until 11:30.
Right.
And then Lex is basically getting off work. So he's like, let me just like, let's go to a bar. And
well, we went to the Billy Goat. Which
we kind of wound down and then wound back up.
Yeah. We went down to the Billy Goat, which is where famously like SNL, like a ton of history, cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Like that whole sketch was based on like the Billy Goat.
I was talking to my mom, and she's pretty sure a bunch of like Tribune writers are known for going there all the time.
I'm sure in Second City, and that's like it's greasy and it felt right.
Like I thought every character from The Bear was gonna walk in. Every time the door opened, I was like, "Here they come."
Yeah,
this could not have been more Chicago.
It could not have. It was great.
It
was great. It smelled great.
Oh, I was about to get some food. I really wanted to get some food, but I did not.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But yeah, then we were out till 3.
Yeah.
For our time. Then we were up at 8.
Yeah.
And we were moving furniture.
Yep. It was great. Well, because the whole point of the trip was to bring some of Lex's furniture up that he wasn't able to take when he first moved.
Yeah, so our friend
we
who's
obviously
working
have the van Penelope.
She's the best.
She's a tour van.
So we utilized
She's
our
also a moving
superpower.
van. Yeah. And then drove home.
I would say normally, the van is a blessing and a curse because...
Yeah, people ask you to help them move shit with it all the time.
But, when you get such a gigantic fringe benefit of one of the most insane experiences possible, worth it. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So if you have a cool experience and you need something moved, let us know.
Yeah, we're totally willing to trade.
Experiential movers.
That's what we call it.
That's our name.
That's what we call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't charge you anything.
But just give us a good time.
Yeah, we won't do it unless you have like an insane experience.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, I'm gonna pitch it.
Movers.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Which are our initials. EM. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
EM.
I can already see the branding. Yeah.
Me too. Oh my gosh. I was looking at my notes that I actually wrote down for today, and one of them just said cottage cheese.
Like in general, just
well,
how much you love it now?
I was thinking the other day, well, I'm very into it, but how it's like there are certain foods that are just like embarrassing to, not really embarrassing, but for some reason they have this like embarrassing factor about them. And I was thinking about it because I've been taking it to work with me, just in like a little Pyrex container. And so, late morning, I get it out and I eat my cottage cheese.
Yeah.
But it's just, I think somebody came down when I was like finishing up my cottage cheese one day, and it just seemed like a funny thing to be like, oh, sorry, let me put away my cottage cheese.
There's definitely like a nerd factor to it.
Or like a grandma factor or something.
It does feel old-timey, but I will say that cottage cheese is having a renaissance right now.
I think so too.
I think because people are sort of like...
Well, on a crazy protein kick.
That's what I'm saying. Low carb, high protein. And it turns out like people have tried subbing it for a lot of things and it works.
Yeah.
So any sauce you want to thicken, ice cream.
Yeah.
If you want to make like tons of doughs.
Pancakes.
Exactly. People are like adding it into like absolutely everything right now.
Yeah.
But just classic cottage cheese.
Well,
cottage cheese with what makes me think of grandma's is like cottage cheese with like peaches.
Or pears or something.
Yeah, pears maybe. Yeah, but like that is like...
I just put salt and pepper on mine today and ate it with a fork, but I was also listening to a podcast, and I think listening to that podcast and me having my cottage cheese experience all happened on the same day. And in the podcast, they were talking about like hyperfixations on food, and one of the people was saying that they're obsessed with like tuna sandwiches right now. And I feel like tuna is also one of those things where like, if you're, especially when you're younger and you're out with friends, you go to a restaurant and everyone's ordering sandwiches and you get the tuna sandwich.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, ew, why are you getting a tuna sandwich? It's because it's fucking delicious.
It is fucking delicious. I had a tuna gap for sure until I started dating you.
You did not eat tuna?
I did not. Well, but I definitely did as a kid.
Yeah.
And I loved the little, what's the brand? Is it Friskers or what's whatever, the tuna in a bag. And I would do like, what?
I was just thinking, I was like, are you sure that was for people? Or
no, it's not cat food. Not cat food. But they do. They have the bags of tuna you can get.
I never got those.
For people. It's the same starfish or
Yeah,
whatever it is with
Yeah.
the blue tuna on
I
it.
can't remember right now, but
Yeah,
yeah.
but it comes in a bag, easier for transport. It's like a little aluminum pouch.
Okay.
But that, you squirt mayonnaise in the bag, and then you essentially have tuna salad to go.
I never had one of those.
But I would do that with crackers.
Oh, yeah.
But like for a long time,
Yeah.
it was like the best snack possible. And then sort of like post-college till
Yeah.
it's like, oh,
Well, my family's big on
your
tuna
family's
salad.
big tuna. And then I
Yeah.
was like, I like refound a passion for
Yeah.
tuna, like
Well, that's
via your
good.
mom.
My mom. Anytime I go visit my
But I
parents,
love the little-
I pretty much don't. I actually don't eat it really at home. Like we have some, but
Yeah.
it's in a can and I haven't touched
But
it.
I love like bike ride, and we get back. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like,
We get to Hilton Head, we take a bike ride, and then it's like,
Tuna.
all right, well, I'm gonna start making tuna salad.
Tuna salad snack.
How do you want it? Do you want it on bread? Do you want it with crackers? Do you want it like on a bed of lettuce? Like, how do you
Yeah.
want it? And we all just make it.
No, it's always banging.
And we do just pretty classic, like celery, onion, mayonnaise.
Yeah.
That's nothing fancy. I actually really like putting yellow mustard on mine.
Yeah.
Whether it's in sandwich form or sometimes if I'm just like eating it as a glob on like some mixed greens, like I'll drizzle some yellow mustard on it and it gives that little tang.
Have you watched the Matthew McConaughey tuna salad
Yes,
recipe?
where he's just like,
It's like
put some
50
popcorn in it.
It's like 50
grab the
ingredients.
M&Ms, like
Yeah,
get
yeah.
some. And I'm like,
You're like, what are you doing, bro?
I mean, I'd try it.
Oh, I would definitely try it. I've seen people like make it, and they're all like, it's amazing. But I'm like,
It just touches. It probably everything he adds just gives you an umami.
yeah.
It's like,
But you lose the essence.
oh yeah. I mean, you really just want it to taste like mayonnaise. Let's be real.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I thought it was kind of funny.
Now,
but-
I did realize, and my brother James immediately, we've talked before about carnivore January.
Yeah.
And,
Oh,
and I've been sleeping hard on
Sardines.
tinned fish.
I know. Well, tinned fish also having a renaissance
Totally,
right now.
totally.
And I was actually going to kind of get to that too. I mean, I listened to another podcast that was all about this woman who founded like the #1 tinned fish company, at least in the U.S. right now. And she's like, I just loved it, and I found a way to market it really well, and the packaging is lovely.
Right,
and
right.
People are all into their tinned fish.
Yeah, we have to figure out some fun recipes, way to utilize it. Obviously, a lot of people just snack on it.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
you know, you can use sardines. It's like, they just dissolve.
And there's little salt bombs.
So you can just throw them into anything, you know, and it, you know, obviously Caesar salads famously, but, you know, anything at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get on that tinned fish.
I'm interested. I just watched a video of a guy who had a tinned crab.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
That sounds
And I
great.
was like, that seems fun.
Yeah, it almost feels like it would just hold the flavor even
Yeah.
better.
Well, and so much of what you get is imitation crab. If you try
Yeah.
to buy crab
Yeah,
otherwise.
right.
But this is like
Real crab,
real crab,
tinned,
tin form.
in tin form. To completely change the subject, the new Buc-ee's opened in Ohio.
I know. I was a little sad because I was just following my GPS back from Chicago, and if it had taken us the other route, I would
through
have
Indianapolis.
I
and
would have
then-
stopped by.
Because it's kind of at the 75 junction
Mm-hmm.
near Dayton. You have to get on 75 to get there. But, you know, it was all over the news.
Oh, yeah.
Tons of people we know either went or were thinking about going. And it was one of those moments where I was just like, well, if everyone's doing it, fuck that. I don't want to do
how
it.
I feel about most things.
Exactly.
As soon as
exactly.
I'm begrudgingly going to start Dungeon Crawler Carl as soon as
You are?
Yeah, I feel like I need. But it's funny. If no one would have mentioned it, and I probably would have stumbled upon it.
You probably would have liked it.
I would have been curious about it.
Yeah.
But now I feel like now I don't want to do it, but I know that I need to because I can already tell that I'm going to do so many tattoos from it.
Yeah, and just to know about it.
So I
and be
just
able
need to do
talk,
at least
yeah.
the first book just to know what's up.
Yeah.
And like a huge part of my gig is knowing things.
Yeah, and I
you
think
know?
that's a totally different thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. The whole Buc-ee's craze is just wild.
It is. Well, and it makes me like it less now.
Well, exactly.
Because I used to love it when it
used
was
to
just
be-
Texas.
I know, and I've only been to one in Texas on tour, and part of me is just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna stick to that. I mean, if I end up at one, it'll be fine. I'm not gonna go out of my way to go to a Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
If I am on the highway and I need gas and there just happens to be a Buc-ee's, sure, I'll stop
Yeah.
at the Buc-ee's. Maybe Because I also don't want to have to deal with going into the Buc-ee's.
Well,
They're
you know,
so insane.
when it's not grand opening, they're they are all massive, obviously, but they do have everything. So it's like, you know, if we're on tour, like a Buc-ee's might make more sense if we need toiletries or something.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
because it'll like have more options like that. And there's no truckers, which is always very fascinating. That it's like really for the traveler,
the automobile traveler.
Yeah, you're on vacation, you know.
Yeah, so it's just funny.
I think the interesting thing is, so there used to be a lot of essentially Buc-ee's. There were these travel stops and destinations when we invented the highway system, and then those died out.
Yeah.
And it's been post-COVID, and I think because of the travel boom from COVID, all of a sudden people began road tripping, which they had stopped doing.
Well, airlines got so fucked too that everybody was like, screw it, I'm just gonna drive.
I think so many more people are road tripping that there's a desire for these travel stops along the way that can cater to all of your needs.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You can't stop at a Walmart and have gas. You can't stop at a Kroger. A lot of them have gas. But these things right on the...
Walmarts have gas?
Yeah, a lot of Walmarts have gas. So do Sam's Club and Costco's.
Yeah, I guess so.
Myers. Almost all of the major grocery chains have gas. But Buc-ee's offers this like roadside attraction.
Yeah.
And it's catered towards the driver.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and the way they do it. So if you're on a road trip,
it makes sense.
it calls to you, you know.
I get it. Yeah.
I think it was like...
I mean, it's brilliant.
Buc-ee's had been around for like 30 years.
Yeah.
And didn't grow.
Right.
They had their 3...
Leave it to social media, I feel like.
That helped.
I feel like that was a huge part of it. Just
they started
the branding.
But I believe that they bought up some like...
Smallers.
Some ones that were like the last like few remaining around like Florida and stuff.
Okay.
And basically converted them.
Okay.
As sort of their first move was to like take a few remaining travel plazas, turn them, rebrand, construction, now we're Buc-ee's. And then there was a domino effect that happened where it's like the Buc-ee's aura.
Yeah.
Everyone became obsessed with the
beef.
beef.
We now have the northernmost Buc-ee's.
But in their biggest opening yet.
Oh, yeah.
It was the biggest grand opening of any Buc-ee's.
Oh, Midwesterners
not
knowing what to do on a Monday morning.
I love it.
Well, and it's like nobody works on Mondays anymore, so
no, Mondays and Fridays nobody works anymore.
Pretty wild.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I had another note. Oh, my other note, just a little bit back to booking the tour. I've now been interacting with a lot of bands.
Yeah.
And I've been sort of lamenting about the actual venues and the promoters and the bookers and just sort of their lack of communication or lack of willingness to help. Bands are fucking helpful.
That's awesome.
I think everybody's just in the same boat. I mean, I was actually emailing or messaging with the band today, and they're trying to do, like, I think their first real tour, and whoever I was talking to has never booked by themselves. And I was like,
Godspeed.
Pretty much. I was like, it fucking sucks, but I wanted to be so much more helpful because I've also had other bands that have been helping me, and I'm like, thank God for that.
Yeah.
And so I'm really happy with the band scene right now.
Well, it's
Everyone
great.
Seems really supportive, and I didn't feel that for a few years.
Absolutely.
I think it's very much back, and I remember it always being like that. But there was a window of time where I got really nervous that, everybody just is only, focused on themselves, not wanting to really help anybody else. And now it's like, anytime a band says they cannot play, they're like, but if you need any recommendations, let me know. And then I say yes, and they send me these huge lists that have been so helpful.
We need to make one for Columbus that you can just cut and paste.
Yeah,
so,
I know.
It's like bands we like, venues we like.
Absolutely.
That way we can just like plug and play because we're going to get tons of reciprocal. I'm hyped about that.
Already a band from Nashville is like, we're trying to come through in November. So then I reached out to some venues in Columbus today, or I'm going to say, hey, this band wants to come through. And it was funny. It was the same band I was just talking about.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, we have a show in New York City on November 7th or something. So they're like, so anytime before then. And then I'm messaging them back like, well, okay, now, depending on how many days off you want to have or what you want your routing to be, Pittsburgh is only 3 hours from Columbus. That'll get you on your way to New York City. So do you want to backtrack from there and do, maybe the 3rd or the 4th in Columbus, and then maybe try to hit Pittsburgh? And they were like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was like, maybe figure out your routing. And then,
yeah.
but I was also like, let me know if you need help with your routing.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of fun to not feel completely alone.
It's great.
in
I've seen a little bit of the responsiveness, and it's awesome because at a lower level of bands,
yeah,
it's the only way.
It's the only way.
And you build that network, and the better relationship and cred you have,
yep,
the easier it becomes. And
absolutely, yep.
Yeah, it's fun to get back into it.
We're just a little bit starting from scratch right now,
Yeah.
and so this is the bitch work phase, and it's fine.
I'm way into it.
But the network, yeah, now
we have this whole it's already happened.
I already my spreadsheet is a little messy, and I'm like, I think I need to redo it so that I just still keep it, so that I know that I have, okay, these are the Pittsburgh bands, these are the DC bands, these are, so I was in a pit of despair last week about it, and I'm feeling a little bit better this week, so.
I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm excited to starting this week, it's my focus.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited.
I have one painting to finish, and then, I'm just start making content, promoting everything we have going on.
It'd be cool.
Start, building new sets. I really have this vision of us playing almost a different set every night.
Love it.
I mean,
within reason.
Ostensibly the same, but there'll be 1 or 2 songs rotating out.
Yeah.
Mainly because we have to figure out how to play
all of them.
every single song we have for an event in July. So
yeah, we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But how's your day? Week.
Mm-hmm.
How's your life? What's up?
Well, I think it was high stress, and now I feel very relaxed.
Well, you just jinxed it, so watch out.
I know. Now there'll be some sort of crisis to deal with, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It is funny. I've talked about it a bunch, though, that this time last year when we went on podcast hiatus, was because it was the most intense. And so
it would have probably been a really awful podcast.
Well, it's just interesting.
It's been really, really dark.
It's fun to sort of introspect, look back, and be like, that was so insane, and how far away it feels. Now, which is interesting.
Well,
so many things.
It's a great way to put life into perspective.
Exactly, having the perspective. So many times you're like, this is the hardest thing I've ever done, or this is the craziest thing I've ever done. And then you look back onto it and you're like, well, that wasn't too bad. This new thing I'm doing is even crazier.
Yeah. I mean, life is full of ups and downs, and I think it's really important to have all those moments. I think they also give you these little timestamps so that, but it also then shows you that you can get through it. You're not always going to be stuck in this phase.
Sort of a equal and opposite thing. I remember Branson, Virgin Records.
Oh, Richard Branson. Sir
Richard Branson. He had a quote about how once-in-a-lifetime opportunities happen all the time. But then hearing it again recently, Ben Weprin said it, which I found really fascinating. So the guy who started Graduate Hotels, which if you're in any college town, you know what a graduate hotel is. He was talking about his first big project that he was doing in Chicago as well. But this first big project, he was like, I had to do it. I knew I had to do it. It was a once-in-a-life opportunity. He's like, before I knew that there were
once-in-a-lifetime opportunities
all the time.
Just a matter of recognizing them, or just taking the opportunity and it turning into the right one.
I almost think there's the opposite thing that happens as well. What? That there's almost always a thing that could just destroy everything. There could be this. Oh my God, I'm in a situation right now that could absolutely everything.
Which
could
is
fall
why
apart.
you just absolutely have to trust yourself. Trust what you're doing. Trust who you're around. Have real faith in your morals, values, ideals, etc., and follow that, because it's very easy to get wrapped up in sort of all of the what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, the external factors that would pull you in one direction or not. It's don't let something shiny pull you towards something that your gut is saying no to, because that could be the derailment that you think is the once in a lifetime opportunity.
I'm sort of seeing all these things in my past right now, thinking about every time people told me, this is probably not exact, but almost every time people told me something would work, whether it was an album I'm working on or a random project I picked up, a new thing, it never panned out.
Yeah.
It basically went nowhere.
Yeah.
And every time somebody told me that's a bad idea, that won't work.
It worked.
Those were the projects and things that actually worked very well.
Yeah.
You know, so
which might not always be the case, but historically speaking for you, it has been.
Oh, so yeah, when people start telling me something's a bad idea, I'm almost like...
Your instinct is you're like, let's fucking go.
Well, I'm like, we're on to something.
Yeah.
We're on to something. You know, like that means something interesting
well,
is there.
I feel that way for some reason. This project, we talked about it last time on our street, where they're basically tearing up the street, they're getting rid of all the parking.
Now I'm hyper into it.
Yeah, because there's so much negativity towards it.
I'm obsessed with it.
For some reason, I'm actually feeling a lot of confidence in it
and
excitement. I mean, today was day one. There is no parking on the street. So there is heavy machinery on the street ready to dig it the fuck up.
Next time we pod, you're probably going to hear it.
They're probably going to be jackhammering. But for some reason, I am like so excited to see what happens. I mean, because the plans are for something incredible, a huge, huge positivity for this area of downtown.
Anytime I've talked to anyone else on the street, I'm only met with negativity.
I know.
Which is very fascinating.
Yeah. I know, and I was even talking to someone the other day and like just trying to sort of play devil's advocate on the positive side and just met with a lot of negativity towards it to the point where I was like, okay, cool, well, whatever, we'll see where it goes. Yeah. Neither of us know. And we could be completely wrong, but I'm having this like instinctual like, this is gonna be good and cool. Yeah. And I don't know how long it's gonna take. I don't know what it's gonna do to our livelihoods. I don't know how fucking annoying it's gonna be, but like, it's not bothering me.
Yeah.
Yet. So why let it bother me if it's not bothering me?
Yeah, I think buy the dip.
Buy the dip.
If everyone's negative about something, you know, but you know that there's potential
Pause
there,
it up.
that there's value there, that you can see the value. But I think a lot of times it's like, why did staging homes become a big business? Because people could not see if it was not in front of them. Yeah. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So you would walk into a home and you'd be like, I don't see the vision.
And you're like, 4 walls.
Cool. Whatever. But if you staged the home, then they could see it. There's so many things that happen around us.
You can see living in the home rather than it just as a structure.
With the project on the street right now, they're going to tear up the whole fucking street and they're going to turn it into like a park that wraps around the middle of downtown. And people are like, all they can think about is what's going to happen right now to their business, even though that's not even true. You know, but also they can't see. They can't see how cool it's going to be.
Stupid because there's like very high-end renderings of exactly how it's supposed to look.
You can show them the renderings. They could walk through AI in a virtual space, and they still can't see how it would actually work for them. Every building we've been in, every time we've done parlor suites or designed a space, people are like, I don't see it. Yeah. How would this possibly work? It won't work here. And you're like, you have to be like, if you can see it.
Yeah. Even a glimpse of it, like I would say I probably don't have the best vision. Yeah. Like full vision, like you're way better at that than I am. But I can see a space functioning well. Right. Like I don't know exactly what it's gonna look like, but I can see the functionality of it. And then that's where I get excitement and can feel like I can move forward with the project. And that's sort of how I'm feeling with this. I'm like, I understand the concept enough. Cool, you're gonna make it way more pedestrian friendly. You're gonna limit the flow of traffic so it can be more pedestrian friendly. And you're gonna have way more programming on the street for the businesses and for people to come down. Yeah. Cool, great. Do I know exactly what the flower boxes are gonna look like? Or the way the seating's really gonna be? Yeah. No, but I get excited for the potential of engaging with it and experiencing it.
You have to be looking for the opportunity.
Yeah.
In everything. Yeah. That's sort of a, I guess, glass half full mentality too.
It is.
But there's been actual studies showing that people who are optimistic have better outcomes. Yeah. Just like having an optimistic view of things, which obviously if you feel positive about things, they are more positive, you know, in your own mind. But really, like, you're willing to sort of like accept a little more pain or push through something because you're like, I don't know, man, it might work out. Right. It might actually work out.
Whereas why not push for that potential outcome
where other people
than
will cut.
worry about the potential bad outcome.
No, I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah.
No, this is going to be bad. And then you don't ever do the thing.
I mean, God damn it. If you need some inspiration, just listen to any entrepreneurial podcast because they all say the same thing.
Well, you are what you eat, and that's all we consume.
I know, but I'm saying like there is a common theme of having to push through, having to stay positive, having to believe in yourself, having to believe in what you love. And that can translate into anything. It's not just building a business. That's relationships. That's where you live. That's how you work, even if you're working for somebody.
That's all I mean. Like, it's easy for us to say because that's all, like, we are consuming entrepreneurial
Right, but it's changed my mindset.
input. Yeah, no, absolutely.
It's changed how I approach a lot of things.
So that's why I'm saying, like.
So that's what I'm saying. If people need that,
that's what you should do. That's exactly what you should do. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no, I agree 100%. And that's why I enjoy consuming it. You know, I remember so I love The Obstacle is the Way.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, it's Stoicism. It's in the philosophy section. It's not a self-help book. It's actually about philosophy. But I gave it to a friend who was sort of struggling. And, you know, his response was it was something akin to like, well, it's easy for all the examples because they're like successful people or whatever. You know what I'm like?
That's the whole point. Do you want to be successful?
Well, I'm like, well, maybe it was their mindset that added to the success.
Well, exactly.
You know, it wasn't all just people who like started from affluence.
Yeah, it's not people saying like, so I got to this point, so now I'm going to tell you that like you can be happy because like I'm happy now.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like,
Just be happy or just do this. It's
no, I got to this point because I was happy along the journey.
Well, it's like I was willing to like look at a situation that normally would be a problem, and I was instead, how do I turn this problem into a solution or an opportunity? And that's you know, the mindset to have. But I was like, well, if you're immediately only finding a problem with the book I'm giving you about finding
You're
solutions,
not going to understand.
then you can't even.
This is a lost cause.
Like you have to be open to the idea that maybe something positive could happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And oh my God, just what a better way to, or in my opinion, just an easier way to go about life.
An easier way for sure, which also
a
is
lighter
probably
way,
a better way.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even know if it is easier though.
Yeah.
Because instead of like, the easiest thing to do would be nothing. The easiest thing to do would be to settle and to be like, I am fine with whatever this situation is,
right?
And just let that wash over me and be sad. I think that's actually the easiest thing you can do.
That requires the least effort.
The most difficult thing to do would be the hard thing.
Yeah.
To be like,
the most difficult thing to do would be the hard thing.
Yes. The difficult thing would be but I think you understand what I'm saying.
I understand. Yeah,
like grinding floors, making losing all feeling in your arm, thinking that you may have ruined your entire career to push through doing a construction project because you don't have any more fucking money to do it.
Right.
Which I did.
I know.
So doing something like that, when you have a perfectly good thing you're doing, you don't need to be doing this thing, but you're like, maybe there's an opportunity here.
Yeah.
If you do the hard thing right now, but then being happy about it.
Yeah.
Being like, actually, I'm hyped. I'm hyped to go over and like hurt my knees and repaint rooms, and I'm hyped to like work harder than other people. I'm actually extremely excited about it.
Right.
I think that's awesome. Yeah. Whereas most people would be like, no, why would I do that? It sucks.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people think that the hard thing is bad, so they do the easy thing.
Yeah.
The easy thing is doing nothing.
Yeah.
But if you can shift your mindset to view the hard thing as positive.
Yeah. Well, I think it's always good to think of it as building strength in however many ways.
Every time, take the stairs.
Take the stairs, you know, gaining new skill sets that can then be transferred to other parts of life. And so it's not that you're just doing it to do it, you're actually getting so much out of it as well.
I think right now we're sort of learning that, so something has happened in AI where certain AIs are really good at certain things. So certain AIs are really good at coding, some are better at conversations, some are better at predictions. Like, so depending on the type of AI who's designing it, they're better at specific things. They get a lot of general information wrong. Yeah. And they're sort of becoming worse at being just sort of general AI. and I think we're going to see a future where you're going to have different AI agents that are good at different things. If I were to tell anybody, if you want to be a human who could be useful, learn about a lot of different things.
Oh, yeah.
I would recommend like a polymath type of like learn history, learn mathematics, learn art, learn science, be as broad as possible, because then you can still have value.
Then totally. And you can engage with all of life.
Well, absolutely.
It's like then you can be across the board included in things because you haven't limited yourself so much to this one niche thing where maybe you are a master at it, but then you can't engage in these other things. I personally think it's a much more liberating way to exist.
Imagine being in a situation where one person like needs a specific coding AI, but they don't realize that the problem they're actually trying to solve is a philosophy question.
Right, yeah.
But if you have a little bit of information about multiple things, you can see the problem that they can't see in front of them, that AI is not able to see because it doesn't know the right question to ask.
Right.
Knowing the right question.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Right.
It's trying to get deep here.
Very rarely is it the answer. It's knowing the right question, obviously. But I think that's what it is, right? You like, the more you know, the more broad your knowledge base, then the more prepared you're about to be for whatever is happening, because it's coming. Then you can once again take the easy way out and just let it decide your whole future.
I think the best way to use AI will end up being specifically for using it as a tool for very specific things that you are not a master in, but you have the knowledge and the wherewithal to guide it to the answer that you need to get from it.
About little things, and you know what you should be asking it right now.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know the answer.
Right.
But you know, like, oh man, like this.
How to kind of get there.
Yeah. You're working on a project.
And to know when it's being incorrect.
Right. Well, that's a big thing too.
And to say like, not necessarily even about the specific fact or something, but to be like, you're not getting what I'm asking you, so I need to figure out the right way to ask you to get there.
Isn't concentrated oxygen flammable?
Right.
Like, no,
like, why are you telling? Yeah.
What? Like, what? Oh, you're right. My most recent data did not recommend it. It's like, oh, okay, well, thanks. I could have blown myself up. But.
Yeah. So, AI. It's crazy.
It is. I feel like we end up bringing it up almost every episode because obviously it's the fucking thing right now.
You turn on any show, news, read any news article, and it is a huge topic of conversation. And I'm curious to see if that is just because it's still so new and it's just the hot thing to talk about right now.
Yeah.
Is it basically a bubble that's going to burst, or is it something that we will continue to talk about?
Yeah, I think we'll find out. The .com bubble was the last big one that people like to compare it to.
Yeah, which I was too young really when that happened. So I don't really know like how long it lasted, or did it just kind of morph into what we have today?
I think when they talk about it in retrospect, it seems like it all happened at once.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. Like, it was sort of an 8-year, I think, slog where people just started buying up everything. Any company that put .com in it, they just started buying them up, which what they're doing now.
Yeah.
If a company says they're using AI, they're like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's slower always. Both faster and
Probably
slower.
as it should be.
Yeah.
You don't want these things to go too quickly.
What'll happen, it'll shake out. There'll be
I just think we'll learn how to use it.
Yeah.
Is what's going to happen.
Suddenly it becomes comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I think we're just at a point where people are getting over social media.
Yeah.
That's why there's all the social media backlash.
Yeah.
And they're having to change a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
But that took a long time, right?
Yeah.
Social media infected every aspect of everyone's lives, made a lot of people a lot of money.
I mean, yeah, we're at what, 20 years of Facebook?
Yeah, when Facebook, I would consider the start of it.
Yeah.
So it's like, it took us 20 years to be like, okay, and now I think that people were like, yeah, maybe it's not that good. You ask anybody about social media, they're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So
you can find benefits, absolutely.
100%, but people want to use it more as a tool now.
Exactly.
Right?
Rather than just whatever the fuck we were doing with it.
Before, we're just ruining lives. People didn't know what to do with it. I think that was the whole thing. People didn't know what to do with it. You almost have to get desensitized to it.
Yeah.
So it might be 20 years in that time. But AI is a different animal because it talks back.
Yeah. I don't know.
We'll see in 20 years where a podcast goes.
I was going to say, every podcast will just like build upon it. We'll check in. AI check-in.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we're back.
Is it dinner time?
It's dinner time.
What's for dinner?
Well, we're eating leftovers. I made a ton of pulled chicken a few nights ago.
Well, what was fun is did we already talk about my homemade barbecue sauce?
No, I don't think so, because we would have made it. Yeah.
Well, it was fun because, we decided to have kind of like a barbecue night, and I wanted like a Carolina Gold barbecue sauce. Realized we did not have any. And then I was about to go to the store, and then
I texted.
You texted and you were like, why don't you just
make it?
Why don't you just make it? And I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to. And so I didn't have a couple of ingredients, and one of them actually called for like applesauce, but I didn't have applesauce, but I had apples. So I made my homemade applesauce, and then I made the homemade barbecue sauce, and it was really good. And now it's been in the fridge for a few days.
Oh, percolating.
So I think it's probably going to be even better.
Yeah.
But it was so funny because I was just like, it felt a little trad wifey.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm making my own applesauce. Here I am mashing my applesauce for my homemade barbecue sauce. Yeah. But it's one of those things where you're like, you can't just make this shit.
Yeah.
You can make anything.
You can make anything.
It was really fun. So, so homemade or leftover pulled chicken, barbecue, coleslaw. I made some banana muffins.
Yeah, let's heat those up.
I was a total trad wife that day.
Yeah,
that was pretty
great.
Fun. Yeah. I think it's gonna be good.
I think it's gonna be good.
And it's been enough days between having had it now that I'm like really looking forward to it again.
Me too.
So I think dinner will be good. But and then we'll just play a little guitar and chillax.
Yeah, I think getting back on a routine.
For like a few days. And then we'll
Prepping for tour.
Prepping for tour.
All right.
I can't wait. Well, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Adios.